I don't normally post to this channel when I'm getting ready for hockey, but while getting ready for a hockey video, I recalled there was something I read today at work. Um, Dreams of YouTube fame and fortune, little more than pie in the sky. And this is from thenational.ae. This same article I found on at least 6 different news sites. The question is asked: do your children dream of YouTube stardom? Do them a favor, crush that ambition now. Happy start. New research out of Germany, billed as the first to review the chances of making it in the new Hollywood, shows a vanishingly small number will ever break through, just like in the old Hollywood. In fact, 96.5% of all of those trying to become YouTubers won't make enough money in advertising to crack the U.S. poverty line, according to an analysis by Matthew Bartle, a professor at Offenburg University of Applied Sciences in Offenburg. Breaking into the top 3% of most viewed channels could bring an advertising revenue of about $16,800 per year. I assume that's American. It's a bit more than the U.S. federal poverty line of $12,400 or $12,140 for a single person. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to go through this article. I'm going to stop right here. 96.5% of what? What is their? Can they measure every channel? Are they going by Social Blade? Because Social Blade's numbers are wrong. Social Blade is a site that I use to tell me how my channel is doing in comparison with others. But right now, my main channel, The Hockey Guy, is doing better than Emma Blackery. I love Emma Blackery. There's no way my channel makes more than Emma Blackery's. And the concept of how much money is made on each channel here seems to be, well, wrong. So let's continue. If you're a series regular on a network TV show, you're getting a good amount of money, says Alex Marwick, an assistant professor of communication at University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Yet you can have 500,000 followers on YouTube and still be working at Starbucks. This is wrong. This is wrong. If you're producing content, and if people are watching advertising, and if you're serving content that people want to see, you won't be working at Starbucks if you have 500,000 followers. First off, they're subscribers, not followers. That's Twitter. Yes, you could have 500,000 followers on Twitter and work at Starbucks because you don't make money off Twitter. So right there, you know what's going off. Children born after YouTube were created in 2005 have grown up surrounded by videos churned out by performers such as Jake Paul, PewDiePie, Zoella, whose clips about their daily lives, video gaming, and fashion, retrospectively, have turned being a YouTuber into a popular career goal. 1 in 3 British children aged 6 to 17 told pollsters last year they wanted to become a full-time YouTuber. That's 3 times as many as wanted to become a doctor or a nurse. You know, it's really hard to become a doctor or a nurse too. And when your kid tells you, I want to be a doctor, what you do is you sit down and tell them, I'm crushing your dreams because you're not going to make it. What's the difference? Like, seriously. So right away in this article, I have problems with its premise. I have problems with its execution. I've had people tell me, say, I want to get into doing videos and doing YouTube. And you know what I've told them? Don't do it to make money. Do it because you want to. Do it for fun. You're not going to make money in the beginning. That's what I've told them. Tom Burns, the founder of Summer in the City, an annual British YouTube convention, says his cousin wanted to skip college to become a full-time YouTuber. I almost flipped out because it was like, no, that's the dumbest thing you could say. You can't guarantee you'll be able to do it as a job. And that's true. That as your channel becomes more popular, you can't just assume that there's going to be a jump. You have to wait. And I didn't make a jump until last September, when it was clear that I was financially able to make that jump to where YouTube became my primary source of income, but I kept a secondary source. And I still have a resume at my computer, and I'm still ready if the worst happens. But still, that's the dumbest thing you can do. Actually, it isn't. I'd prefer somebody who was a YouTuber than plenty of other things they could be doing when they're teenagers. Of course, the goal is to be a superstar. No. Again, I'm going to interrupt this article in that sentence. The goal is to be a superstar? No. I went to a YouTube Creator Day in August, and that was part of what convinced me to make this my primary way of doing things. None of those people were in there like, I'm going to be a superstar. And there were a number in that room who used YouTube as their primary source of income. The when this girl at the front of the room asked, how many of you use YouTube as your employer slash primary source of income? And almost half the people in the room put their arm up. And I went, whoa. It's a lot of people. It is, because when you consider this was just for Vancouver and the Pacific Northwest, and this only included people that showed up. So the more successful channels wouldn't go to this because it's more to teach you how to make more money and other business ways of doing things and ways to generate more revenue and more hits. So if you're really, really popular and really doing well, you don't have a reason to go there. The top 1%ers garnered 2.2 million to 42.1 million views per month in 2016, the research shows. Those top-tier performers often earn side money through sponsorships or other deals, so calculating their earnings is more complicated. But you're already calculating their earnings, aren't you? You're already telling us they don't make that much money. Oh, sponsorships. Right. You can get sponsorships once your channel's at 5,000 subscribers. You can go to FameBit. Once your channel's at 10,000 subscribers, you can go through Grapevine. I recommend it if you're a girl because all the stuff I've seen on there so far has been for girls. I've had a number of collaboration requests, but they've all been from people who either don't live in Canada or don't have content that matches mine at all. So these are just people that just blanket ask everybody, hey, you want to work together? And that's as far as it goes. YouTube's ad rates are opaque and have changed over time, but Professor Bartle used an income of $1 per 1,000 views for an average YouTuber to calculate his estimated earnings. That's wrong. That's verifiably wrong on my part. I can tell you that's wrong. That's wrong. That number is absolutely flat out wrong. So, $1 per 1,000 views, I'm saying right off the bat, no. You're not taking into account that if it's a longer video and has mid-roll ads, it's going to generate more revenue per view. You're not taking into account watch time. You're not taking into account the time of year, because ad rates fluctuate wildly during the year. So you're just, okay, $1 for every 1,000. Okay? That rate is a good rule of thumb, says Harry Hugo of the Goat Agency, an influencer marketing firm in London. I don't know who any of these people are. I've seen as low as 35 cents per 1,000 views and work with some YouTubers who can earn $5 per 1,000. Okay? So it can be as low as 35 cents. It can be as high as $5. Here's the thing. If you're not generating any income from your videos, message YouTube. Say, I'm serving ads, I've got this many views, and I'm getting this many amounts of these many dollars per 1,000 hits. What's going on? And YouTube will help you, because the revenues that we generate on YouTube, half of those revenues go to YouTube and half of them go to us. And if you get a network, half of your half goes to the network in a lot of cases. I don't belong to a network. I don't intend to ever belong to a network, because my content is single camera. I don't go through and do all this magical editing, and I kudos to the people that do that, but I don't. My whole thing is being off the cuff and one cut and getting it all done, which is frustrating when you have to do more than one take. And I've had that where it takes hours for me to do a video because I have to do more than one take. A YouTube spokeswoman said the company is working to help people make more money, such as through sponsorships and a feature that lets viewers pay to have their comments featured. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like the fact that somebody could pay, say, $2 to have a really nasty comment pinned to the top of my channel. I'm not sure I'm really happy with that. The number of channels earning six figures is up 40% over the year, or year over year, the spokeswoman said. We continue to see tremendous growth with creators on YouTube. In the U.S., the median hourly wage earned by actors is $18.70, which doesn't report annual salaries for actors. People trying to make it on YouTube have long complained the company protects a handful of stars, promoting them at the expense of the masses struggling to break out. And they do. So all I did was just gradually over time built up, and I didn't care. I didn't care what they're promoting. I thought, you know what, I'm going to keep putting out my content, keep being myself, and if it's good enough, I will generate revenues. I didn't worry about it. The imbalance is huge and is becoming worse, according to Professor Bartle's research. In 2006, the top 3% accounted for 63% of all views. 10 years later, the top YouTubers received 9 and 10 views, he found. The bottom 85% of those who started posting in 2016 got a maximum of 458 views per month. I started posting hockey in 2016, but my channel started in 2015. I wonder if he looked at my channel as one of them. I don't think he did. Um, you know, the idea that you can't break through is real, and yet, and this is what I always tell people: find what you do. Like, I always have guys say, "I'm going to start a hockey channel." I'm like, well, wait, what are you really passionate about? Not just what have you seen me do and you go, okay, that's cool, I want to try that. What is one topic you can talk about that people would want to hear from you about? What is there something you can talk about with a great passion? And also the other thing I've suggested to people is look for something that you like. Look up channels and see if there's a lot of channels talking about it. And if there aren't, odds are you have a good chance. When I started talking about hockey 2 years ago, there were a lot fewer hockey channels out there. There are hardly any barriers to entry. No auditions, no studio executives to impress, no need to be physically anywhere close to Hollywood. Theoretically, you just need a phone and an internet connection. Still, professional classes and boot camps have opened, and this is a problem, and I'm going to discuss that. Summer camps in the U.S. can cost $569. Don't sign up for a boot camp of $569 to learn how to use expensive cameras and settings and lighting. Just trial and error on your own. Don't go through these, because to me it sounds like a scam, personally. YouTube has its own programs here for creators, and they're relatively good. And at least, while I didn't really need them, they at least told me I was on the right path about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Buying the same equipment used by Casey Neistat, a popular YouTuber, would cost $3,780. Okay, I don't try to be Casey Neistat. I am nowhere near Casey Neistat in numbers, in anything. And I guarantee you, if Casey was dealing with the numbers that I have currently, he wouldn't have a setup of $3,780. It's sort of like saying, yeah, you were in that movie that made, $100,000 last year, but what about Matt Damon? You didn't make Matt Damon money, so just forget about it. Asher Benjamin, a 19-year-old computer science student at Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, has spent $460 on a camera and tripod for his YouTube channel, where he uploads a video every day. He's published more than 150 daily video entries or vlogs that are essentially a catalog of his life at college. Brief updates about things he's done, his plans for the day, what he's eaten, with appearances from his roommates. I don't know where it's going to end up. It'd be cool to see it if it could take a path others have and make it into a job, but we'll have to see. And that's the attitude you should have. We'll see. I don't know. This is just fun. I'm enjoying myself. Bugger off. It's the time that I spend doing this is sort of the same as the time I would have spent playing video games years ago, except people watch me do this rather than when I used to play video games. So this is much more rewarding. Mr. Benjamin spends an hour a day editing his videos and holds out hope his postings could become a career. Even though he adds, I think if I keep uploading, there's no reason I shouldn't be able to make it a career. He recently hit 100 subscribers, up from 71 at the start of the year. Okay, so if this is in February, then he added 29 subscribers in a little over a month. That's not bad. That's not a bad number. But then it says it'll only get more difficult. YouTube announced this month it will increase the threshold users have to cross to make money from their videos. Viewers must have 4,000 hours of their videos in the past 4,000 hours of their videos watched in the past year. This isn't even worded correctly. And YouTubers need 1,000 subscribers or more to be eligible to make money from advertising. Yeah, they had the 1,000 subscriber thing a while ago. The media's just finding out about it. The 4,000 hours, thank you very much for the people who helped me get over that total. I don't have anything to worry about now. This channel's doing just fine. And I plan to help it grow. I have lists that I started today at work, so you want to hear me talk about crappy movies? Those videos are starting tomorrow. There's one route that's easier to crack. If your child's still intent on trying his luck, tell him to pick up a joystick. Gaming YouTubers such as 28-year-old Felix PewDiePie Shellberg, who has 60 million subscribers, and distant second, Ruben El Rubius OMG Doblas Gunderson, a Spanish YouTuber with 27.4 million subscribers, known for various gaming genres, have a 14-time better chance than traditional vloggers who often upload to the People on Blogs category on the website, Professor Bartle's research shows. And that's it. That's what they tell us. And then that's the end of the article. It's wrong. And I've had people ask me, "What do you think about starting a gaming channel?" And I'm like, it's no easier to start a gaming channel than it is to start anything else because there's so many gaming channels. And now there's some shady DMCA stuff being filed. So if you talk about a video game and you say, "You know what, I played this video game. It's garbage. I can't stand it." The company that made the video game, if you show footage of the video game in your review, they can go, "I guess we'll file a copyright claim," and they have every right to do so. And then you have a copyright strike. And then from there on, YouTube can tell you can't monetize. So the one piece of advice they give people in this is bad. It's bad advice. It tells you you should get a gaming channel. My answer to that is, oh no. No, 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 no. Just like how I don't show footage of hockey games during any live stream I do because I know the NHL will shut me down. They are vicious and they have every right to be. It's their copyrighted content. So this article, if you read it, and if you're thinking, well, I give up, find your niche. Find what drives you. Find that little part of YouTube that other people aren't covering properly. Or, maybe there's a bigger channel that you look at and you say, "You know what, they're always talking about this topic, but they're wrong." And just say, I'm answering them because they're wrong. And it's the wonder of YouTube is that we can still drive the content. We can still decide how this debate's going to go. And the idea that I'm going to read an article that's about all these different people from all these different places and go, "Oh, well, this is really well researched," would be fine. But nowhere in the article do they talk to a bigger YouTuber about how they broke through. Nowhere do they talk to a medium-sized YouTuber or a smaller YouTuber like myself. They don't talk to people actually in the industry. It would be like having an article about how difficult it is to get to the NHL without talking to a National Hockey League player. It's kind of what they did here. They talked to a kid with 100 subscribers. They talked to a professor that had the wrong numbers. And then they talked to an assistant professor, and she kind of went, "Oh yeah, he's right." There's your article. So, if you're a small YouTuber and you're frustrated with demonetization, I'm right there with you. I understand completely. It's terrifying, but you can still do it. Absolutely. Don't let the old farts that are trying to tell you what you can and can't do that you're wrong. Because I had people for years telling me before I started a YouTube channel that I shouldn't start one, and I can't do it. Then when I said, "Well, I can do that," I heard, "No, you can't. You can't do that. You don't have it. You can't get any views. That's just ridiculous. Who's gonna watch you?" And that was my own family telling me that. Yeah, yeah, that was awesome. So, you can do what I did and get a new family or whatever you need to do if that's going on with you. But I'm telling you, I believe in people having a dream and not crushing it. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And don't abandon your dream, because it can come true. I'm an old fart, and I made mine come true. Even if everything fell apart tomorrow, I've lived the dream, and I've had it, and it's been fantastic. And it's all thanks to this thing that, according to this article, I shouldn't be doing, because I can't succeed. And they're wrong.